weekend on EA Sports. On tap, we've got what should be a fairly intriguing matchup between the San Francisco 49ers and the Minnesota Vikings. I'll have scores around the league for you at the half, but it's time for a little football. So we'll hand it over to our broadcast team, Brandon Godden and Charles Davis.
But seems like only yesterday we were here for Super Bowl 52 and now back for the road to the Super Bowl here in the Twin Cities at US Bank Stadium. Today we continue on in Wild Card Weekend with a great NFC matchup between the San Francisco 49ers and the Minnesota Vikings. Hello, everyone. Welcome to the postseason on EA Sports. Alongside Charles Davis, I'm Brandon Godden. And, Charles, that's really all I need to say to get you fired up. It's the postseason on EA Sports.
And no one's more fired up than the guys who are going to be playing in this game. This is what they fought for all year long. Go back to the OTAs, the mini camps, training camp, throughout the season to get to the playoffs. The intensity level will be off the charts.
Winner go home is the mantra, and off we go. We're underway in this NFC wildcard game. This will be taken in at the 1. Solid return, pretty good field position. They'll start at the 32-yard line. So here's the first drive now for the 49ers. They'll be led out by their 5'11 quarterback from Wisconsin by way of NC State, and that's Russell Wilson.
He's always been an incredible decision maker on the field. Takes care of the ball really well, puts his team in the right positions, makes sure the play calls are accurate. Also was a minor league baseball player. Didn't hit very well there. I think he made a great career choice picking football.
From the 32 now, here's 1st and 10.
We got 4. We got 4.
Now the first carry for Ezekiel Elliott. 4 yards the result on the first play from scrimmage. 2nd down. And a quick look now at the offense for the 49ers.
And what a tough environment to roll into. On the road, playing one of the better teams in the league, obviously, because this is the playoffs. So what do teams talk about? Bringing their own momentum, bringing their own energy on the road, because you know you won't get any from the home crowd.
Play action. It's Wilson. He's going deep for Brown. This is caught inside the 15. And he's going to take it in. Touchdown, San Francisco. Antonio Brown, 64 yards, as his guys are able to strike first here in this opening quarter. They talked about stringing together some explosive plays here in the playoffs. That was a pretty explosive play.
It certainly was. And if you're going to win on the road, it certainly helps to have big playability in your hip pocket, doesn't it?
Here's Phil Dawson now for the point after. And the 49ers grab a 7-0 lead. The long touchdown pass gets them 6 on a very, very tidy 2-play drive that time. After the touchdown, it's Dawson on to kick it away. This is fielded a couple yards deep. And he'll take this one near the 25, call it the 26-yard line. So here come the Vikings as they get set for their first drive. They'll be taken out by the product of the University of Louisville, the talented Teddy Bridgewater.
And I'll bet he's talking to his guys about resisting the temptation to try and turn this into an up-and-down game. Almost like basketball, where both teams press, and one team gets an advantage, the other team's trying to run with them, and they're just not equipped for it. Doesn't matter whether you're equipped or not. Just settle in, get calm before you go for the big strikes.
They'll run. This is Melvin Gordon. And they're able to get this one across the 35. 13 yards as the Vikings pick up the first down.
How many times do we say in this game that speed kills, and it does it in so many different ways? In this case, you got a back who's quick and shifty, can make moves, make people miss, but also gets to and through a hole before it can close down. That's some of the benefits of that speed, not just outrunning people in the secondary, and that led to a really nice gain.
Brings up 2nd and 1.
On second down, it's Gordon. And he'll get it into enemy territory just across midfield at the 49. 4 yards the pickup, first down. So from inside Niner territory now, this is 1st and 10 at the 49-yard line. Now they run from the gun with Gordon. And they're going to stop him right at the line of scrimmage. Just no cutback lane to be found whatsoever. 2nd and 10. And the offensive starters for the Vikings.
So many weapons on this offense, and we've seen them all season long score from any point on the field. But we all know playoff football comes down to playing smart. The game slows down, and it's harder to move it. So you've got to avoid penalties, avoid turnovers, and not let your emotions get the best of you.
Here's a throw out wide, complete to his running back right side. Call it a gain of 5, and it'll be 3rd down. And a look now at the defensive starters for San Francisco.
Tyrann Mathieu has a cornerback's build with safety skills. The Honey Badger knows where the football is.
An extra DB for the 49ers now on 3rd. From the shotgun, it's Bridgewater. This one complete to the running back, Chase Edmonds. And this will move the chains again as the tackle's going to be made at the 49ers' 31-yard line. Line of scrimmage, the 31 now on 1st and 10. Now it's the Boise State alum, Jay Ajayi. And he is swallowed up right at the line of scrimmage. No gain on the play. It'll be 2nd down. Play action now. Bridgewater. And down he goes. They sack him back right around the 41-yard line. 3rd and long now after the sack, and we'll see if Bridgewater has a response. Bridgewater sets up the screen to Gordon. And he'll be stopped at the 27-yard line, well short of the first down marker. It'll be a pickup of 13, but it'll still lead to a 4th down.
When you run a screen pass really well, you got to like the look of it because so many parts come together to make it work well. The offensive linemen, where they're faking people out, the back slipping out there, catching the football, then all of them going together as one unit downfield. A really nice pickup.
So, yes, it's only 3, but at least they're able to answer back after giving up the touchdown to start the game.
Yeah, I like the observation there because getting some points on the board, very positive for them. Feel a little bit better about things because if you don't score, you potentially have opened the door for them to score again, and then you're down 14.
Get ready.
The 49er offense set to get this drive underway. They had the touchdown on the opening drive of the ball game. It was countered by just a field goal. So, hey, if your guys can do that for 4 quarters, you're in good shape.
Yeah, it is a team game, so that's just good complementary football. But, you know, I know I'm no brainiac, but you trade 6s for 3s, things are going to work out in your favor.
On 2nd down now. It's Elliott, and he'll be taken down as that will take us to the end of the first quarter of play. After 1, 7-3 the score on EA Sports. The lane opens up that time as he'll be brought down just short of a first after a gain of about 9. On 2nd and a yard, Wilson. And he fires one incomplete. Greg Olsen was the intended target, and it's 3rd and short. They tried to throw on 2nd down, unsuccessful. Now it's 3rd and 1. They'll try and run for it with Elliott. And Elliott trying to work his way forward, but it looks like he did not make it. They end up getting stuffed twice after that 9-yard gain back on 1st down. And this winds up a disaster, nowhere near the marker. Boy, a curious decision to go for it. Doesn't pan out, and that will force a turnover on downs. On 1st and 10, Bridgewater. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. Cameron Hayward picks up his second sack of the afternoon. Well, they were coming out of the 4-3 defensively. Pressure coming off that right side from the DN.
And that's the blind side of most quarterbacks. If you're right-handed, that's the side you don't see quite as well. And that's why you rely on your left tackle, maybe your highest-paid offensive lineman, to take care of you. In this situation, that didn't happen.
The reception good for 7. It's 3rd down.
It's a gain of 7. Makes it 3rd and 10.
On 3rd down, Bridgewater. Open man has got it. It's complete. And he gets this one inside the 15, just a yard or two shy of the 10. A really good pickup of 28 yards.
1st and 10 at the 12.
Now Gordon on 1st down. And here he'll get it down to the 7. 5 yards is the tally on 1st down. That brings up 2nd and 5. Second and 5 now. Bridgewater. He's got Smith here. And the stop will come inside the 5 at the 4. That throw good for only a couple. It brings up 3rd down. Bridgewater on 3rd and 2. To the end zone, but it's incomplete.
These guys had to settle for a field goal their last time moving the ball down the field. They may have to do it again on this drive. That could be frustrating.
Yeah, I don't want to be cliche, but at least they were able to get 3 last time. 3 here, not the worst thing in the world. No problems in the field goal department so far. He's 2 for 2.
Pretty reliable here in this game, isn't he? And to me, that bodes well for them. If they need him late in the game, his confidence should be sky high.
This is taken at the 3. And not a bad return here. He gets it out to the 25-yard line. The 49er offense set to get this drive underway. And on that last drive, went for it on 4th, turned it over. A good job. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. Olivier Vernon in there to take him down on what will take us to the 2-minute warning. 2 minutes to play here in this first half of the NFL playoffs. A reminder coming up at the half, as we've done all year. We'll get you to Jonathan Coachman in Orlando. Coach will have the lowdown on what's going on here in this wild card weekend as we begin on the road to Super Bowl 53 in Atlanta. Now a man open down the middle of the field and all the way down to the 37. A big play there for the Niners. 44 yards. Well, that certainly changes things.
Yeah, I think the thought process is they take...
And he hauls it in the end zone. Touchdown, San Francisco. Russell Wilson with 2 first-half touchdown passes. And the Niners are able to stretch their lead. Now, he's having a nice little first half here, partner.
And it's a first half that leaves us anticipating what can still come. I mean, 2 touchdowns already here through the second quarter. There could be plenty more before this game is over.
This fielded a few yards into the end zone. And no run back here. This will be a touchback, and it comes out to the 25-yard line. Here are the Vikings now to start their next drive. It was still more than a minute to go in the half. Time to try to mount a drive.
And I would think that they would have to. This is today's NFL. You got to push.
Into heavy traffic, and it's intercepted. Picked off at the 33. And this one will be brought back to the 22.
Oh, timing is everything on a route like this. He tried to drive that football into a tight spot. And if you're a little early or a little late, chances are there's going to be someone there. And sure enough, this one's going the other way.
That's going to be caught. A good pickup there, 21 yards. They'll try to run it in with Elliott. And across the goal line, into the end zone, touchdown 49ers. Punching it in from a yard away. And the Niners are able to stretch their lead. And that'll give them a 2-score lead here, but I'm looking ahead. They just want to hold it for the final moments here in the second quarter. They don't want to give up anything on the other side.
No, not at all, because if they don't, it almost had the feel of an imposing their will score. And right now, they want to make sure they keep that and carry it into the second half.
This is fielded a couple yards deep. And this return net's positive as he gets past the 25 and up to the 27-yard line. The Minnesota offense about ready to get this next drive underway. And you're under a minute to go in the half, a first half that hasn't been particularly kind to you. How do you think they'll play this?
Well, I think the smart approach is to run out the...
And down he goes. The 49ers get there. The Vikings going to signal for the first of their timeouts as the clock's going to stop with 47 seconds to go in half number one. Sacks, a growing theme in this first half. This is second and long. Bridgewater to throw it. Now they set up the screen. That's complete. And he'll get to the 29-yard line, brought down there. Now the Vikings will use the second of their timeouts as they'll stop it with 40 seconds remaining in this first half. Bridgewater from the gun on third down. Able to get this to Gordon. And he'll be tackled right on the chalk of the 45. 17 yards, first down, Vikings. The Vikings going to use their third and final timeout as the clock will stop with 21 seconds to go here in the first half.
Let's put them on the buses. Let's put that team on the bus.
First down, Bridgewater. Gets it to Gordon. Give him 6 on the play, and it's a second down. So we come upon halftime here in this NFC wildcard matchup as we'll head down to Orlando. That's where we find our man Jonathan Coachman at our EA Sports Halftime Report. Coach.
All right, Brandon, thanks very much. It's the first of 2 games here on this wildcard Sunday. We'll get back out to you guys in just a moment. But first, let's take a look back to yesterday's NFC wildcard game. And it's the Carolina Panthers who are moving on as they were able to eliminate the Seattle Seahawks. Meanwhile, in our game, it took a little while to get settled in, but we were in for a battle royale in this second half. And to call the action, let's go back to the guys who've been there all year, Brandon Godden and Charles Davis.
All right, Coach, thank you, and we welcome everyone back for quarter number 3. One of these two teams about to play their final half of the season as we're back at it in this NFC wildcard bout. This fielded a few yards into the end zone. And no run back here. This will be a touchback, and it comes out to the 25-yard line. Time to take a glance into what we've seen so far from Teddy Bridgewater. And I guess the question, Charles, is what's the formula for keeping him better protected? Because as we see, the protection, it struggled.
And normally what you get is renewed determination. When the big guy gets hit, that usually sparks people. Hey, we can't let this happen anymore. They take it personally. He's not supposed to be on the ground, but that hasn't been the case so far in this game. So maybe they've got to figure out how do they get rid of the ball faster to help out the offensive line so he doesn't get hit as much.
And we'll see if they can keep him off the ground now going forward. And he gets this one just shy of the 40. They'll mark him down at the 39. They get 14 there. First down, Vikings. So from the 39 now, they'll come up on a 1st and 10. Now Bridgewater. A gain of 6 there on first.
I know many people like to throw to the tight end, maybe in a little flexed out position because he creates mismatches with his size. The slot receivers do the same thing with their quickness, their speed, and their route running savvy.
It'll go as a loss of a yard, and it'll set up 3rd down. This offense in desperate need of a conversion as they come up on 3rd down. Throwing, Bridgewater. Open man is Uzomah. And they'll get him down as he's inside the 40. Now after the completion, we're going to get a timeout, an injured player. We'll check on his status when we get back. A 1st down throw for Bridgewater. And that is incomplete. Took a shot there on 1st down, but he couldn't reel it in. So line of scrimmage still the 39 on 2nd and 10. To throw is Bridgewater. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down.
The amount of sacks that they've absorbed in this game is absolutely extraordinary. Let's just face it. This offensive line, flat out, cannot handle this pass rush. It's been demonstrated time and time again.
Here's Bridgewater. It's caught. Smith. And he'll go down to the ground at the 39, and obviously that's well short of the first. They do get 9, but it leads to 4th down.
The goal for any offense versus his own defense, find the holes where guys are available and put the ball on the receiver before any defender can step up and fill it.
They did it well there. Perfectly executed crossing route.
Everything looked good. Good snap, good hold. Sometimes, though, the ball just doesn't want to go where you want it. And this one winds up no good.
They'll try and get the running game going with Elliott. Give him a couple on the carry there. 2nd and 8.
Tough first half for him, unable to put up the numbers he's used to producing. But with a guy like him, you and I both know it just takes a couple of explosive touches for him to make an impact on this game and on the stat sheet as well.
And he's got it across the midfield stripe and into Viking territory.
Running lanes were at a premium in the first half, but he's able to find some room there, and he's hoping that that's a precursor of a big second half.
10th carry now for Elliott. And that play goes nowhere. Taken down, losing yardage at the 50, right at midfield. That'll set him back with a loss of 3 on the play. And that'll bring up 4th down.
Sometimes with the running game, you've just got to stick with it. Look, it's the 3rd quarter, no time to panic. But that also doesn't mean you just do it the same way you've been doing it the entire ball game. Maybe change up some blocking assignments or run a few different plays, but stay with the overall essence of the running game.
They'll try and get the ground game going. Here's Gordon. Gets this to the 24 for a gain of 4.
I call that play a success. A nice inside run sets up a very manageable 2nd down, a very solid gain on that play.
From the 24, Bridgewater. Got Gordon open, completes it.
Everyone's got to be able to catch the football. Doesn't matter what position you play, but if you're on offense, be aware a ball may come your way.
From the gun, Bridgewater. Uncorks one for Davis. Is this intercepted? It is. It's intercepted. It's the Honey Badger, Tyrann Mathieu. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back. After the interception, here's Wilson. He'll rifle this one deep right side. He's got a man, complete. Past the 20. And he takes it down deep into enemy territory. A big play there on the catch and run. 86 yards. Excellent execution, and now they're set up nicely.
Are they ever? Red zone? I wonder what the next play call is going to be, because after a big play like that, a lot of teams like to use the momentum to launch another one.
Well, that didn't take long. One play, and we're already looking at a 1st and goal situation. Now Elliott. And this one will wind up with him losing yardage back to the 4-yard line. 1 quarter remains in this NFC wild card matchup. And that'll do it for the end of the 2nd quarter. This is the NFL, and it's on EA Sports. And he will push his way forward down to about the 3-yard line. A big play to start the drive got him in this position, but this defense has held firm since, and now it's 3rd and goal. Now Wilson. And it's complete. In the end zone, touchdown 49ers. Make it a hat trick for Russell Wilson. 3 touchdown passes now. And the Niners are able to stretch their lead. Dawson able to connect on the extra point.
Look, we all know that sometimes we see upsets in the wild card round. But I have to tell you, in this case, I did not see that coming.
I don't think anyone in the stadium saw it coming. You and I were coming in before the game. There was a couple in front of us talking about travel plans for next weekend. They might want to cancel those.
Yeah, I would say so, because right now it's looking more and more like they're going to be one and done. They're probably trying to call the hotel, make sure they get their security deposit back.
Come get some. Come get some. Come on here. Come get some.
Trying to shake off the interception. He'll look to throw. And the throw left sideline here is caught, but they'll rule it incomplete. Couldn't keep his feet in. 2nd down. Just nothing there again. He's been sacked multiple times. We've seen the interceptions, of course. He's really been through the ringer, hasn't he?
And what we've seen is a defense that's well coordinated. The front and the back really in sync. The front putting on the pressure, the backside being ball hawks and picking passes off.
His first catch of this wild card game, and it's good for a 1st down. This quarterback now, a perfect 8 for 8 to start the second half. Not bad. 1st and 10. Out of the gun, Bridgewater. And this one complete to Smith. Now a look at Smith. Not sure exactly what happened, but he's still down. While the trainers take a look, we'll step aside. To throw again on 2nd down. Bridgewater. The completion good. This is Eric Ebron. And this will move the chains again as the tackle's going to be made at the 49ers 33.
This game just keeps evolving and changing, doesn't it? You got a tight end who can move around a lot, not necessarily using a big body on him. Sometimes you take a corner, a better cover guy, and put him on him and try and take him out of the game as we've seen in this one.
You're exactly right. They've taken him out of the game. That was just his first catch. Big reason they're losing right now. They'll get 4 there out of the screen, and it's 2nd down. 4 yards on that last completion, so that sets up 2nd and 6. On the delayed handoff, this is Gordon. And he'll be a couple yards shy of the red zone here at the 22-yard line. 7 yards there and a 1st down. Bridgewater now looking to throw on 1st. Ebron with it over the middle. And he gets it inside the 10 to the 9. Another good completion on the drive as the Vikings have a 1st down. From the shotgun, it's Bridgewater. This will be caught at about the 6. And from the 9, they get this to the 5-yard line. Nice job defensively to hold him to 4, and now it's 2nd and goal. 1 man in the backfield, that's Gordon, 2nd and goal. Throwing is Bridgewater. And the Niners get there and bring him down.
Remember, throughout my career here in defensive coaches always say, guys, you got to earn the right to rush the passer. Well, they put themselves in a great spot with this big lead, and they know they've got to throw the ball.
These pass rushers have to be salivating. It is pin your ears back time indeed. And he'll be brought down this time at the 5-yard line. And we are inside of 2 minutes left in this lopsided affair. So the Vikings in possession of the football as we get you reset. And let's see what they've come up with offensively after having time to talk it over. Well, in the grand scheme of things, those 3 points likely not going to matter much, but I guess they get a little closer, a little more respectability. Yeah,
you're exactly right. They've been outplayed all game long, but like my mom used to tell me all the time before I went out, dress up a little bit, son. Make yourself respectable. And that's what they're doing here. They're just dressing up the final score.
Well, 4th quarter, they felt like they needed the football back. Unfortunately, they couldn't get it.
And I know we brought analytics into the game, and someone has said here that the data says that when a team's expecting an onside kick, 80% of the time, the team expecting it, they do actually recover the ball, which is what we saw here. I just wonder if that number is much more of a anecdotal type of a number. Kind of like when the coaches tell us, well, when you score on special teams, 93% of the time you win the game. I'm still waiting to see that number is empirical.
The tally there, -2 yards, brings up 3rd down.
I like the strategy. Extra tight ends, extra beef. They want to run the football, but that means they probably want to run it inside. If you get strung out on the perimeter, you're in peril.
Yeah, we saw the result, negative yardage. Not totally home free yet, but it's looking good as they come up 1st and 10. Here's Elliott. And he's going to be met at the line of scrimmage and taken down. Officially no gain on the play, and it's 2nd down. They go back to Elliott. He's been busy. And this has been a familiar sight all afternoon as they stop him behind the line. It'll be a loss of a full 3 yards there, and it also brings up 3rd down.
Gotta go, in and out, let's go.
3rd and long, it's Wilson. And this will be caught inside the 10. What a grab. They're able to convert on 3rd down, and that sets up a 1st and goal. Well, they probably don't need to run a play here, but you wonder if they're going to be able to resist on 1st and goal. Wilson wants to throw it. Dancing to his left. And he's got it. And he'll be brought down right on the edge of the goal line at about the 1-yard line. Getting into the playoffs is one thing. Now they get to move on. Just 8 teams left.
The dream stays alive. Everyone's gunning for the Super Bowl. That's the ultimate. But you have to get there in incremental steps. One win today gets them 1 step closer.
So that'll just about do it for Charles Davis. I'm Brandon Gaudin. You've been watching the NFL on EA Sports. For more, log on to easports.com. From Minneapolis, so long, everybody.